What's up YouTube? This is Brian from Bull Strength coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to drop a deadlift. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the 3 ways to lower a barbell from deadlift lockout and the advantages and disadvantages to each method. The 3 methods of lowering a barbell from lockout include free falling, controlled dropping, and controlled eccentric. And the first way to lower a barbell from deadlift lockout is by letting the barbell free fall. And the form is pretty simple. Once you lock the weight out, you just drop it and let it fall to the ground. Now the first advantage this is going to have is it's going to promote maximal strength output because you're minimizing the stress associated with the eccentric portion of the lift. Dropping a barbell from lockout will avoid the eccentric portion of the lift, which will cause less muscle damage and will translate to less hypertrophy and lower recovery time. This is the preferred method of lowering weight if you're a serious Olympic lifter or powerlifting competitor, due to its efficiency. Less recovery time means more time devoted to training. And going over the disadvantages, obviously there's going to be less muscle hypertrophy due to the lack of eccentric portion of the lift. So in other words, this method would be inefficient for bodybuilding and maximizing muscle growth if that's your goal. Also, this is not a very good way to lower weights in a standard commercial gym. The excess noise will be seen as obnoxious and will probably get you kicked out and banned from the gym. Be sure if you're going to make a lot of noise, you're in the right environment, like a home gym or a powerlifting or Olympic lifting specific gym where everyone around you is also dropping their weights and making lots of noise. And the most obvious drawback is the extra wear and tear on your barbell. Constantly dropping the weight will eventually loosen the bolts and can cause cosmetic damage to the bar and the plates. So in other words, if you're dropping the bar a lot, you're going to need to practice barbell maintenance a lot more regularly on the equipment that's being abused. And the second way to lower a deadlift is by using the controlled drop method. So the form for this is you're going to break at the hips and lower the weight straight down into the starting position by letting gravity do the work. You're still dropping the weight in a near free fall, but with your hands still on the bar. If done correctly, the bar should land directly into the starting position. Now, there's an incorrect way to do this too, and that's by breaking at the knees first instead of the hips. If you break at the knees, then you will essentially be doing a squat with the weight on your lap. Not only is this potentially bad for your knees, it can result in the bar spilling forward of the starting position, which might take a little bit of time for you to reset your form before going for another rep. Alright, so let's talk about the advantages of doing a controlled drop. So it is slightly easier on the bar than doing a free fall. It's going to cause a little less damage. And it still mostly negates the eccentric portion of the deadlift, so recovery time will still be decreased. Another big advantage is that the controlled drop is a more appropriate eccentric form for a powerlifting competition, at least if you're trying to get white lights instead of red ones. And going over some of the disadvantages, controlled dropping is still pretty noisy and can be annoying for use in commercial gyms. And of course, it is still going to put extra wear and tear on the barbell. Even if it's going to be a little less than the free fall method, you're still going to be banging up that bar pretty bad. And the third and last method for reversing a deadlift is the controlled eccentric method, where you're basically reversing a deadlift from lockout and you're lowering it using the same form that you used to get it up. You're guiding it down to the ground gently and trying to minimize the amount of impact that the bar has with the ground. Some advantages of controlling the eccentric portion of the lift. For one, obviously there's going to be more muscle damage as the fibers are lengthened under tension, which will result in increased muscular hypertrophy. And of course, the number one reason for doing a controlled eccentric, if you're not a bodybuilder, is the fact that it's nice and quiet. This is definitely the preferred method for deadlifting in a commercial gym since it is so mousy. Although some people will just generally be mad at anybody doing deadlifts, and you might still catch flack for even doing this. And the disadvantages, obviously, since you're tearing down the muscle fiber more, it's going to result in longer recovery time, more soreness, and DOMs. And going over the disadvantages, obviously, because you're tearing down the muscle fibers a lot more, you're going to have a longer recovery time, and you are going to be more sore in between sessions. Generally, to slowly lower the weight down to the ground is less efficient if the goal is to improve your deadlift. because you're devoting more of your training effort to lowering the weight instead of focusing solely on the strength output itself. Alright, that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, there's links down below for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.